Have you ever had a moment when your life suddenly started feeling real again? Not dramatic, not loud, not like a scene from a movie, just a quiet realization. One morning, you wake up and something feels different. You're still in the same room, you still have the same responsibilities, the same unfinished plans, the same worries, but inside, something has shifted. It's subtle, almost invisible, yet powerful enough to change the way you see everything. Because for a long time, you didn't really feel present. You were moving, doing things, talking to people, but it all felt slightly distant, like you were watching your own life from far away. And then, little by little, life starts feeling real again. There are phases in life when we go into survival mode. We wake up, we follow routines, we complete tasks, but emotionally, we are somewhere else. Maybe you were healing. Maybe you were lost. Maybe you were just tired. Tired of trying. Tired of understanding everything. Tired of holding yourself together. During these times, life feels muted. Food has less taste. Music sounds like background noise. Days blend into each other until you can barely tell them apart. You smile when needed. You respond when spoken to. But inside, there is a quiet numbness. And the strangest part is, you start thinking this is normal, that maybe life is supposed to feel this way. Flat, heavy, uncertain. But it's not. It's just a season, and seasons always change. The return doesn't happen overnight. There is no grand turning point, no sudden transformation. Instead, it begins with small moments. You laugh at something and realize it wasn't forced. You walk outside and suddenly notice the sky. You listen to a song and actually feel something. Not sadness, not anxiety, just feeling. And that alone feels like a victory. You start having thoughts about the future again, not in a pressured way, not in a I must fix my life immediately way. Just quiet wonder. What if things can be good again? You begin to care about small details. You rearrange your room. You cook something new. You text someone first. These are tiny actions, but they signal something big. You are coming back to yourself. At some point, you notice that life no longer feels like a burden. It's still imperfect. Problems still exist. Uncertainty is still there. But the weight feels different. You no longer carry everything like it's the end of the world. You start understanding that life is not meant to be fully controlled. It is meant to be experienced. There are quiet mornings that feel peaceful. There are conversations that feel meaningful. There are evenings when you sit alone, and it doesn't feel like loneliness. It feels like space, room to breathe, room to think, room to just exist. And this is when reality stops being scary. It becomes something you can live inside instead of something you need to escape from. When life starts feeling real again, you also start seeing yourself differently. You become softer with your mistakes, more patient with your growth. You realize you were never falling behind. You were just finding your way. You stop comparing your timeline to everyone else's. You stop trying to perform happiness. Instead, you allow yourself to experience real emotions, real progress, real rest, real hope. And slowly, you begin to trust life again. Not because everything is perfect, but because now you know you can survive difficult chapters and still return to light. If your life hasn't started feeling real again yet, please don't panic. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're lost forever. It simply means you are still in the middle of your story. There will be a morning when you wake up and something feels lighter. There will be a moment when you realize you are no longer just existing. You are living. And when that happens, take a deep breath. Look around. Notice how far you've come. Because returning to life is one of the quietest and most beautiful transformations a person can experience. If this reflection resonated with you, I would really love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, have you ever had a moment when life suddenly started feeling real again? Or maybe you are still waiting for that moment. You're not alone here. And if you want more calm reflections like this, you can subscribe and stay for the journey. We're figuring life out together.